Hello and welcome back to the Linux Panic YouTube channel. In this video we're going to be looking at installing Neofetch on a Windows system. Now the reason why we want to do that is just to see if a traditionally Linuxy based bit of software will work on a Windows system. Now this is not my system, so I can't say if it will or will not work. However, it should do. But before we get into the video, I would like to thank my channel members. Now these people are wonderful people that help support me on a monthly basis, and they are Mislav and Von Garden, so I'd like to thank them very much for being channel members. And let's get into the video. Now what we have here is the Neofetch install page, and if we go into the install section, which is here, we get a table of contents and various software packages that have built-in will have documented versions of documented OS versions to install. But to get Windows, we need to install it from Scoop. Now for Scoop, it is a command line installer for Windows, and as we can see here, it mainly uses PowerShell at C# with a little bit of Makefile. So first thing we need to do is run the installation command with a non-admin PowerShell. So just PowerShell, grab a PowerShell, and what we can do here is we're going to manually type this out. We need to do IWR-USEB get.scoop.sh, and this will install it to its default directory. I just tried to do that in the wrong place. Where is the pipe? There it is. There is pipe, and then IEX. So this will install it to the default location, as we can see here. PowerShell requires an execution policy in unrestricted to run script, for example, set to remote sign, please run. Okay, so what we need to do is set execution policy remote signed scope current user. Poldy, yes, Poldy. There we go. So now if we do a quick clear, this is why I don't like using Windows, because I kept hitting down to get to a clear one. So just do clear, go up until we get back to here, and that'll now run Scoop. Well, that'll install Scoop, and then it should allow us to go from there. Scoop was successfully installed. Now what we need to do to install Neofetch is just do Scoop install Neofetch, and can't shim, Git is needed but not installed. So Scoop install Git, and then this will then give us Git. It's giving us an MSI, and then creating what's needed. It's installing Git. Apparently the portable version 2.43, which is the, if I remember correctly, the most up-to-date version of Git, which we can download and install. Now for this, once we've got this downloaded and installed, it's just extracting a dl.7zip. Once we've done that, we can then attempt to install Neofetch again. Now once we've done that, it should just give us the fully running version. As we can see here, it's doing everything it needs to for getting Git running. As we can see here, Git 2.43.0 has successfully installed. So once again, Scoop install Neofetch. Was not installed correctly, was uninstalled, was installed correctly. Okay. So if we now were to run Neofetch, we get an I haven't touched this yet. So the fact that it's already giving the Windows XP, it's already given the Windows XP version of the logo, I find hilarious. That's funny. So as we can see here, it gives us a Windows 11 Pro 64-bit running on a Gigabyte B450 Gaming X. It's a good motherboard. That's the Windows 10 kernel. It is version 22.6.21. Windows 11, even not Windows 10. This is a Windows 11 system. Shell being Bash, because apparently PowerShell is Bash. But then again, I could be wrong. It could just be because it's running behind Scoop. I don't know. I have a Catamus. Hello, Catamus. I have a cat by my feet. 32 gigs of RAM with an RTX 3060. If we once again run that, it should then just give us a new amount of RAM. It's not really much different, so you can really tell how Windows is doing. So, to check to see where this will be installed, we need to go to users, your name, and then Scoop. So, that's what we'll do. We go local disk C, users, that, and then if we can find Scoop, there should be a Neofetch here, and there is. So if we were to have a look at the current version of Neofetch, if we were to open with, and then just for the time being, not work Notepad, just once, and this gives us our config file. So if we want to do that, we can just give it a quick change. The GPU driver won't work if we change that. So what we'll do is we will get rid of that, get rid of that. For funsies, we'll get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, and then just change lookout, and then just go through and change a couple of things. Now, if you have watched for a while, you will know that I like to play around with my Neofetch and change how it looks. So, first things first, this is the image size. If we would change the default fill of the ASCII, so instead of it being the ASCII image, it's a image, but it's not. But what we're going to do here is change these, so then it needs to be 6 numbers. So we will go with 9, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 8. So that's 6 numbers. So let's now change that, and we have the distro flag, for example. So ASCII colors is distro. We have just changed that, and ASCII distro is automatic. So we can give that a little change. So here's the available list of distros, and if we were to look down here, we should find Windows 10, 7, and Ubuntu and Zorin, but there is no Windows 11, which thank God there is not. So let's just change this for the fun of it. Where is OS X? There's OpenBSD, OpenWT, OSMC. That's funny. Diddly dee. Let's see if we can't find a Mac OS. Yeah, there we go. Because we can, we'll change that. So if we were now to come back to PowerShell and just do Neofetch again, it apparently hasn't updated it, which is fine, even though we have saved the file. So it is saved. Give it a close. And then if we were to drag it in here, oh yeah, that's right, it's not. So changing things around in the config doesn't exactly work as you would expect it to, unfortunately. And if we were to do cd to there, oh yeah, that's right. And we just want to do /Neofetch. I keep forgetting this isn't. As you can tell, Linux is ingrained into my system, and that does not work. So whilst installing Neofetch does work, and it does function, as you would expect it to, the uptime isn't correct because this computer hasn't been turned on for one day's 8 hours. As we know, Windows tracks the amount of time it's been up and alive without issues. But in this case, it hasn't been turned on for 1 day, 8 hours. I can confirm that because I turned it off myself. So I know that it's not been turned on for a day and 8 hours. Changing the config doesn't work, as we've seen. We have changed it. It hasn't worked, but this has changed because that wasn't. Yeah, as we can see here, it's changed. There was gaps in between that. There is now not. So us changing has changed some things, but nothing else has been added in. So whilst it does work for what we'd expect it to. I wasn't expecting it to give Windows XP. That's rather funny. But for the time being, that's where we're going to finish for this week. If you like the video, maybe hit the like button. If you dislike to hit the dislike. They both appear to work. I'm just getting myself sorted out at the minute, so things may appear a bit funky. But I have been Nick. You have been amazing. And remember, when you use Linux, don't panic. I hope you have a wonderful rest. I hope you have a good day, good evening, good night, good whatever it is, wherever you are. Goodbye.